Onto the lot now, as you can imagine, tremendous amount of interest.
Mahatma Gandhi's famous eyeglasses, his watch, and his sandals were auctioned off Thursday, despite the objections of their owner, the protest of the government of India, and a last-minute stay from an Indian court. The owner tried to stop the sale amid the firestorm of international attention and outrage. The Indian leader's great-grandson, Tushar Gandhi, led the protest.
What belongs to India, what belongs to the father of the nation, comes back to India.
Gandhi is considered the founder of modern India. It was his nonviolent activism that helped win the country's independence from Great Britain in 1947. A man who shunned material possessions, the sale of his few personal belongings struck many as out of place and prompted death threats against the owner, James Otis, a self-described collector and pacifist. He offered to give the items to India if the government promised to dedicate 5% of its GDP to the poor and establish a global exposition of the items in 78 countries around the world.
I was very saddened by the outcry because my intent never, ever was to make money on these items. These items were purchased and now being sold to help promote and raise money for nonviolence.
After the negotiations with the government of India failed, Otis showed up at the auction house with his lawyer. A representative of the Indian consulate also appeared, claiming that an injunction to stop the sale, issued by an Indian court, was binding in the U.S.
I have formally requested that Antiquorum remove the items from today's auction and return them to me immediately.
Now, it's at the back, it's at $600,000.
But Antiquorum auctioneers went ahead with the bidding, which drew the interest of wealthy Indian businessmen as well as collectors. In a matter of minutes, the items, originally expected to sell for $20,000 to $30,000, were sold for $1.8 million.
Sold for $1.8 million.
A representative of Indian liquor tycoon Vijay Mallya made the purchase.
I think Dr. Mallya would take this item to India for the Indian government.
The new owner has promised to return the items to India and put them on public display, but he'll have to wait at least 2 weeks before he can claim them. The auction house has promised to hold them for at least that long while all of the legal disputes are settled. Kristen, Saloomey, Al Jazeera, New York.